Well, thank you for coming on the Red Carpet podcast, McKinley.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Well, we're very welcome to have you.
Before we get started, is there anyone who is excited about Mackinley Page being on the podcast?
I am.
What? What? Your fans?
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. Calm. Bring it down. Let her get started,
Let's
guys.
let's chill.
There we go. Oh my goodness. Hey, let's go.
So,
Um,
McKinley, what what started you to get into this industry?
so I was actually doing some modeling for a magazine and for Kid Fashion magazine, and I met the photographer, and she and I really hit it off, and we started talking about acting, and she mentioned she knew an acting coach in LA that had his own school. So I started training with him via Zoom. And then soon after, I attended one of his sketch comedy intensives and performance showcases. So I had to write my own routine and then perform it in front of industry professionals. And after the showcase, some agents and managers reached out to me. And then not long after, I signed with an LA talent agency and also with a manager. And then COVID hit and everything shut down
Right.
for a while. But fast forward to things opening back up, I had continued to train and I'd grown as an actor, and the film industry had changed. So my family and I, we decided we were going to move to Oklahoma due to their growing film industry, and I decided to seek new representation. And it was definitely a little scary because you never know like how long it'll take to sign with new representation. And
Mm-hmm.
at the time, but at the same time, I believed in myself and I knew what I wanted and needed. So, yeah. And then I also wanted to add some in-person acting training. So I started attending OFA back in February, where I take the advanced class as well as intern in the youth class. And after several meetings with various agencies, I signed with a new Los Angeles talent agency using footage from my work for my sorry from my film work and class footage. So yeah, it really started like just coming to Oklahoma was like the best thing because now I'm a lot more in the film industry as I've ever been.
That's amazing to hear.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I, I think I want to ask, like, what inspired you at such a young age? Being in California, you are in the zone of actors where, the kingdom of actors and actresses. What inspired you to get in this industry and just to keep pressing forward?
Well, ever since I was young, I loved to entertain, and I have three older siblings, and so I think I was always trying to find a way to gain their attention by doing silly things like sing and dance and act. And I was always creative, and I just always knew who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do from a young age. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. What have you noticed 'cause from coming from Los Angeles to Oklahoma? What was the difficult moments that you were experiencing? Because I know, number one, the culture changed. Number two, it was probably hard for you to, figure out where to go from there. Like you felt like your life was starting over, if I want to say it that way. So, what was in your mindset, like the moments that you want to tell the world? It's like when you leave somewhere like that big, like Daryl was saying, big entertainment area to another state. It's not what I'm trying to say. So what's your opinion in your story?
Well, I've never been to Los Angeles, but I'm hoping to go someday. But it was definitely, I just knew Oklahoma's right. You know, when you have that feeling when you just know you're meant to be somewhere. I think it was like that with Oklahoma, and just due to like their affordable living and growing film industry and just I just love Oklahoma now. There's so many opportunities for young filmmakers like myself, and it's just there's so much life here too. Like it's always creative and booming with life. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
think my question for you is like, since knowing you, you're probably the youngest producer, filmmaker that I've known. How was that for you at such a young age, producing and making your own films at such a young age? It's obviously that you're very mature for your age. What was it that made you go, you know what? I want to produce and create my own films.
I've just I've never hung out with like kids my age. I've always been into older groups and things like that, and I've always been interested. I'm an old soul, so so I just I don't know. I mean, sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, I was just saying that, at such a young age, not only do you know what you want, but, you're the youngest producer and filmmaker that I know. So, what about being in this industry made you want to be a producer and filmmaker at this age?
Ever since I was little, I've watched a lot of movies and I was always interested in the technical side as well as like the art, like acting, and I would always notice those things rather than just watch the movie because I want to watch it. Um, but it was just I just knew. I don't know. Just I producing is something that's very new to me, but I love to learn all things about film, all the
Mhm.
different departments. So I try to learn as much as I can in different areas.
That's
I
Let's
feel
awesome.
like
talk about your writing. Did you learn that from somewhere? Was it just from you attending classes? How did you become a writer for film?
so I took a few classes on like how to uh, structure the script and things like
Hmm.
that, all the technical stuff. But I've always loved writing since a young age. I mean, I would write my own plays and songs and little tunes like that stuff. But I mean, there was so many inspiration from films that I was watching that made me go like, oh my gosh, I can do this too, you know? I wish that was my story. I wish I had written that. So then I just started writing, and
That's
then
awesome.
a few of my scripts have been put into production this year. Um, the first one was for OKC Latino Film Institute, and it premiered at their film festival. It's really cool. And then the second film I wrote and directed for Deadcenter Film, High School Education Division. It premiered at Deadcenter Film Festival, which is Oklahoma's largest and only Oscar qualifying film festivals. It's currently
That's
on its
awesome.
so it won Best High School Film, and
Hmm.
hopefully it will win some more things. So it's just like believing in yourself and really working hard and you know.
That's
Yeah,
absolutely amazing. Believing in yourself, number one, and surround people that support you. That's for sure. One thing I love about the entertainment industry is that you're surrounded with people that support you. And it's people say it's so strange, when you're out on Instagram or you have all these actors from all other states supporting you, and it's like it's so amazing because it's like once you enter the industry, it's like you're a family for life. And they're like they care about you, and that's one thing that's absolutely amazing. What is your favorite film genre that you or TV show that you like?
So I'm into a lot of things, but I really love drama. I love Little Women. Um, I really like Greta Gerwig's version. I just feel like she did it so amazingly. Um, I've I think I just like watching films that make me feel something, you know.
Hmm.
Just I think drama does a lot for me, but I also love comedy and horror, just really anything. I find myself writing more drama and
Hmm.
horror than like anything else,
Hmm.
if it makes sense. But yeah, those are
So
like different.
if you mean like feel something, let's go into in details a little bit. Is that where it's like, when you watch a movie, you want to feel the emotions, like you're crying, you're feeling anger, happy. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, and then also just like finishing the movie and then just thinking about what happened in that movie and just like how could that happen? How did they write that? How did they think of that? And then I'm like, wow, like how did that happen?
I see your point. I understand. There's some movies that I've seen, and you're like, wow, I didn't expect that ending, but wait a minute, what? Why? And then
I
when
love
they
a
have
good plot
when they
twist.
have like a part two movie, and you're like, okay, I see why, all right? Or if there's no more part two, and you're like, that ending was horrible. We want to know what happened. So I understand.
As far as drama films, we know that you love watching. What is some of your favorite films that are in the genre of drama?
Okay. I love Whiplash. I love Interstellar, Little Women. Um, what's something that I recently watched that I really liked? Hold on. Ah, that's gonna bug me later, but also like TV shows too. Like Only Murders in the Building and then The Bear too. I thought those were really well done. I
Mhm.
love the stories of all of them.
How about recently? Any movies from theaters that you've seen recently? And if so, which one and why?
So I haven't seen any theater movies recently. I'm really hoping to watch Wicked. I'm so excited for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but I'm kind of also excited to see the movie Wicked.
Hmm.
Um, I think because for me, growing up, you know, watching Wizard of Oz when you're a little child, and then it's kind of like, I kind of feel like for myself, I'm obligated to go see it, and I just want to give my side of the story and my review, and I've heard people give so much great positive, and I haven't heard anything bad about it, so I just felt like, let me go and just sit there and just see, because I believe it's gonna be a great movie. So I'm actually excited as well to go see it.
And also the way it looks so awesome. Like the costumes and then the details of like the bullet train and planting like over a million tulips. Like the details are crazy. Like I really want to see it. So
I totally agree with you.
it really
I,
inspires me. So,
the dress is amazing. The bullet train's amazing. The trailer looks amazing, and that's why I say yeah. I agree. I'm definitely seeing it soon. I don't know when.
Now, help me understand. I've seen The Wizard of Oz. I've gotten all the way to the end. What is Wicked related to The Wizard of Oz?
so I'm not too sure. I haven't read a lot into it, but it's basically about Elphaba and Glinda. They meet at a school, I'm pretty sure, and it's their story before the Wizard of Oz happens,
Okay.
before like Dorothy comes along. So it's just like the beginning.
The beginning. Got it.
Okay. So it's the beginning before Wizard of Oz.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. I'm
Kind of like how they do that, they put out this part and then they go back to the beginning and it's just almost people almost love the new version even more to a certain extent. You
right.
know, I've heard nothing but positive reviews about Wicked. I mean,
Hmm.
everyone seems to love it. So
Yeah. That's for sure. That's I have nothing negative to say about it. So now, as for yourself, is where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years?
I really don't see anything changing. I'm still always going to pursue acting and filmmaking. I'm really excited for what's in store for me. I believe in myself and you know, um, I have I have a few films I'm writing and working on and hoping to put in production. So that's always scary, but I'm really excited.
We're so excited. Nothing to be scared about. This is exciting, and
Hoping to
we support you.
Thank you. I'm also hoping to play at Madison Square Garden and tour like songwriting. Songwriting's one of my favorite
Mhm.
things to do. So.
That's absolutely amazing. I want to dig into real quick because you said acting. Do you prefer acting more or being a film director? Because I know most people who say that they're an actor, they try to get behind the camera and be a film director and direct the cast members, and they're like, we like it, but we don't like it as much. Like we're on the set with them and are like reading the lines and memorizing it,
Mhm.
and then in your perspective as yourself as a young actress, a young director, and what's your views on it?
I totally get that. But I I love both. They're both 50-50 for me. I don't prioritize one or the other over themselves. I love acting. I'll always love being in front of the camera, but also I like venturing out behind the camera and see how different shots are being set up and things like that. I just love both sides. I really couldn't pick if I wanted to.
It's absolutely amazing.
You mentioned that you are going to or have been pursuing singing.
Mhm.
What is your genre in as far as being an artist in that field? And are you wanting to take it far, or is it just something you just like to do in your downtime?
I'm as serious as music as acting and directing and producing and everything. Um, but my genre is alternative and indie pop. Um, I really like listening to Lana Del Rey and Suki Waterhouse and Stevie Nicks and Arctic Monkeys. I love that's kind of like my genre. Um, but I really hope I go as far as in music as I'm in film.
Okay. And
That's awesome. I think,
who
sometimes I see a lot of, singers eventually get into film,
mm-hmm.
and they start taking on the role of becoming an actor or, an actress, and they just kind of cross that path. So I definitely think that you pursuing everything that you're wanting to, all of those is just going to mesh together and which will equal so much success in the future.
Yeah. I'm also writing as much songs as I can and trying to get them all done. So maybe next year I can start recording some songs and start playing live shows and things like that. I've been learning the guitar, which I'm a lot better at than I was before. Whenever I would like post videos of myself on Instagram and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to redo those. So yeah.
Let me ask you, electric or acoustic?
Okay, so it definitely depends on like what mood I'm in. Gosh, I love electric.
So does
And
my
why is
wife.
that?
She is just crazy about electric, but she bought me an acoustic guitar. So I'm trying to, my, these fat fingers can't, it's just such a different thing. Ah,
I want to try an acoustic electric. I've been looking into those.
yeah.
Okay. And what's the difference between those two?
Not, oh my gosh. Well, I don't really know how to describe it other than one you have to plug into an amp and
Mm-hmm.
it's louder, I guess. But an acoustic is just they're two very different sounds. It just depends on what vibe and genre or what your song is singing about. Um, but yeah.
Amazing. And as for yourself, who's going to be a singer, who is your person that you look up to or inspired to, you know, hope, be the major become a singer?
Definitely Lana Del Rey. I've just always connected to her type of music and what she sings about and chooses to write about. I love, and also the way her music sounds.
Hmm.
I love it. I love everything about it.
That's amazing. And what comes to your mind when you're writing lyrics and the words to your song and you sit in a quiet moment? What comes to your brain? And every singer, I and it's the truth, you bring up famous singers like Taylor Swift. Oh, most of her songs about breakups. Sorry to say that, but you know, but it's the truth. I'm sorry, but you think about singers who Daryl's laughing. I'm sorry, that's the only thing I can think of. Anyway, so you think of
Everyone says that though.
yeah, it's
Everyone
the
says
truth.
that.
So all those forgive me, Taylor Swift. But anyways, all the singers that you look up to, but all the words that you think of, right? What comes to your brain and how do you find the words? Is it your story or is it something that inspired you to what you see on a film set and you're kind of making words into like making a song into it? I'm trying to find the right question to ask you that. I'm sorry.
No worries. I totally understand. I I like to write whenever I'm feeling sad or angry or just blah. I like to write whenever I am feeling something. And what I mainly write about is probably about like heartbreak or like real stuff that has happened to me and try to like turn that those bad things into something good
Hmm.
with me because music's just like an outlet for me. And I just there's inspiration everywhere. It's so amazing how many things I could look at and be like, oh my gosh, I know a lyric. Now I know like think of a lyric. But what my process is like, I'll usually write down like a hook, like what I'm going to sing in the chorus or something, and then I'll build off of that. And then I'll also get my guitar and then just start fiddling with it and see what the vibe is, what I'm feeling. And that's how like the lyrics come to me. And um, I just, it's like that
That's
for me.
amazing. You're right, because music helps people. If we don't have music, then I feel like, people are not happy. And you made a good point. We want to make music and turn it into a positive and a happy moment. And yes, there are some sad moments in the song, make people cry. But I feel like music also helps people in the world saying, wow, this is also my story. And
Mhm.
this singer is telling my story. And that is what's impactful. And so keep it up. I'm so proud of you. And I can't wait to hear your song.
Thank you. And music is just so wonderful because a lot can be said through one lyric or two, and music brings everyone together. It's just such a happy thing. I love it.
That's true. It does bring people together.
My question for you is, you're writing in these emotional stages of being happy and sad, but how is that healing you in that moment?
I I'm someone who doesn't like getting into their feelings a lot, but whenever you're in whenever you're in your feelings, I feel like it's much easier to write and very healing to talk about it and think about it and put it on paper. I love journaling too about my thoughts and every day. It's been really healing because you learn new things about yourself through the process, and also you have a nice tune at the end.
That's awesome. Yeah, I
Awesome.
just think you're right. Music is something that does unite so many of us together, and it's the melody, it's the what that particular, you know, singer artist may be saying in that moment, that is making us resonate with them and understand that, you know,
Mhm.
there is another side to the difficulties or the things that we may be going to that is um that to be grateful for. To
Mhm.
be grateful for is a great word because I mean, we've all gone through breakups and we're all still here. So, but listening to certain songs just, when we're driving or when we're just sitting at home just makes us feel a certain way and understand how precious life is.
Mhm. I totally agree.
Right. It's just I just love music. It's to me it just brings so much calmness.
Mhm.
Um, you know, if somebody asks me, "What do you mean calmness?" I just say it's hard for me to describe. And then when the audience or the fans hear the lyrics, they're like, "This is what I'm talking about." Like the artist is telling our story. And one thing
Mhm.
about the song is like it's telling people's stories, but it's telling individual different stories. They're like, this, what this word is saying, this line, it's my story, or this is this. And it's powerful. So that's one thing I want to say.
Mhm.
With you being such a strong-minded young lady, what are some of the positives that you can help other young girls that may be listening to what you're saying now pursue their dreams, chase whatever sets their soul on fire to be more like McKinley Page and understand that great things can happen when you put in work? Or what would you say to them?
I would say to always believe in yourself, one, and to never let a no stop you. Another door close and a door closes, another one opens. Is
Mhm.
what I was trying to say.
No, you're okay.
It's and you just have to wait for your time because you never just no matter how bad you've had it, um you can always come back to yourself and sorry, I don't know what I'm trying to
Oh, I think you're saying it perfectly. It's just
say.
like,
It's just
you know,
very emotional because you learn so much about yourself through this whole process. And if you just never stop trying, you'll be somewhere. And don't be sad if someone else gets something that you were really wanting to have because it's their time. It's not your time, and your time will come if you keep working hard and being creative and learning and listening. And for for actors and filmmakers, just make your own projects and cast yourself in them, and don't wait for someone else to cast you because you never know if you're going to be cast in a week or in 5 years. So just really take charge of your future and pursue it.
It's a
I
very good
love
message.
that. I love that because everything you said, but the key factor to me um was
My mind was going there too. I was like,
the key factor to me was, about time. Time is going to pass anyway. Keep going. I mean, and McKinley, you're so right. Just because someone else is doing more than you at that moment, that's not a moment for someone to get frustrated. That's a moment to be proactive, and find what's within you, like yourself. You know what? I'm not going to wait. I'm going to create films and direct films and learn the skill set and this and that and put yourself at the forefront. And I think that's why you, as a human being, as a person, as a young lady, is such an inspiration for so many young people out there.
And if bad things happen to you, take it and make something beautiful. Like for
yes.
me with films, like for the film I wrote for Deadcenter, um, it's based on some bad experiences, and I wanted to show that if you're still going through those things, and you have an end goal in mind and you keep working towards that end goal, you'll get there and you'll achieve great things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
100%.
part.
I totally agree. Just keep going forward, don't give up, and keep that passion and faith going. That's for sure.
One door closes, another one opens.
Yes, that's for sure. Now, you know, as yourself, um, you know, what do you, what do you, what favorite genre you like to watch on TV or film that the young McKinley like to watch with nobody else, just you? What is your moment of your personal space and forgetting about everything else? You're just enjoying your favorite movie or TV show.
I love a good feel good comedy. And then I also love drama. And with acting, I always picture myself in a drama film. I don't know why, I love drama. And then I always love a good horror to get myself out of my mind for a second and be immersed into someone else's life and what they're going through. So I like it like that.
And do you ever feel like when you're watching, a TV show, like do you ever get in your director brain and like, no, that's not what I would have done and directed this scene, or no, this. Has that ever come to you?
Too many times.
I bet you have to like realize, wait, I'm not the one directing this. Let me calm down. Let me
And also being in the film industry, you just look at movies in a whole different light. It's crazy. I can never watch a show that I've watched previously before knowing all the stuff that I do
hmm
without thinking about how did they set up that shot or how did the makeup lady do that for her right before going on, like 5 minutes before? Like it's just thinking about a lot of technical stuff now.
That's true. That is a very good true. Because when you watch some movies or TV show, you're like, wait, that was only a 5 seconds she was behind that. Then how did she come back so quickly with a different crying scene? Oh my God, oh my God. Like, wait, what just happened? It's like,
As far as your family members, do you have siblings? And if you do, how do they feel about seeing their sister doing such great things and evolving in life in the way that you are as an artist?
So I have three older siblings and they're all very supportive of me and they love to hear about what I'm doing and just keep supporting me in every possible way they can by either, dropping me off to set or it's the little things like that that I really am very grateful for. And, family's family. It's going to be the strongest connection you have.
Mhm.
And they're just so supportive of me. I love them. And
That's
also, I
awesome.
have a sister. She's in the film industry too. She works with the costume designer as an assistant. So, yeah, she understands all this crazy, chaotic stuff of set.
right. It's
I
absolutely
bet y'all
right.
have plenty of conversations.
Mhm.
It's absolutely right when you have family members supporting, and that's you always have the film industry supporting you, but it's always number one to have family supporting. It's really powerful, impactful to when you hear stories like that the family's always been there from day one. And so it's absolutely amazing. And sorry,
So as far
so
as films going, we're almost into 2025. Do you have anything on your agenda that you can share with us for other people that may be listening to hear? What do you got?
So I have a few projects coming up that I'm going to be acting in. And then I was also in a music video for the Imaginaries band that comes out early next year, which I'm so excited to see it. It's going to be amazing. And then I'm currently producing on a film. Um, and then I'm also working on a few films of my own, writing them and trying to get them into production. And I'm looking for crew. So some exciting things are up for me. I'm really awesome.
that's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Daryl beat me. I was about to ask that question, but That's why my mind went blank there for a minute. But anyway, sorry. But that's so exciting. And you said you were looking for people. So my next question for you is, where can people connect with you to say, hey, this is my first time being an actor and actress. I want to get involved, or other people in Oklahoma who are actors, like Daryl, who wants to get involved. How can they get involved and get contacted? And when's the casting and etc.
So my Instagram is Mackinley Paige _official, and you can reach out to me there.
Right. That's awesome. And I'm guessing when your music comes out, you're gonna try to have it on Spotify and all the
Mhm.
on the platforms.
A big believer in manifesting. Like every year I attend a goal setting seminar. It just helps me rethink my life and what I want to do with it. And just putting out everything in the universe. I love manifesting.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I I also agree with you about manifesting as well.
It's just powerful when you
Things can
believe in,
happen, they will.
yes.
Yes.
Well, and it's just powerful when you believe in something rather than nothing. You got
Hmm.
to have something that wakes you up or sets your soul on fire and just keeps you just wanting to become the best version of yourself every single day. So, but yeah, you're going to do amazing things. And, if any of your stuff comes out, you know that you can share it at Red Carpet Roundtable. We'd be more than happy to share it with those that view our channel. And we really appreciate you coming on the show. And
Yes,
thank you
we
so
do.
much for being a part of the show this evening.
Thank you for coming on. And like I said, like Daryl said, if anything, send it our way. We will share it on our page and we will promote it. So we can't wait for all your project coming out. We're so excited and we look forward to having you back in the future.
But before we go, I have to ask McKinley, will you please tell everyone that will be viewing on all of our channels something positive to end tonight's podcast?
Yes. What shall I say for this? Don't be so hard on yourself. If if you believe you can achieve something, you're going to achieve it. You just have to work hard and keep being creative and keep believing in yourself, and that's how things will happen. And
Okay.
don't ever doubt yourself too, like go with your gut feeling. So,
Amazing. I absolutely love that. That was a really good testimony statement. Powerful. And thank you. That I really appreciate that. And I know a lot of people appreciate that as well. And again, I'm speechless. That was really good.
thank
Yeah.
you so
Young and old, trust me. There's
much.
so, all right, Ryochi, you ready?
Yeah, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you so much
on.
for having me. Oh my gosh, this
Yes,
was,
we'll definitely stay in touch.
yes.
All
Until
right, talk
next
to you
time.
soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.